Today, we have awesome guests and we are discussing an awesome subject, maybe that I can say, because it's something that we really do need to be combating, not just in our schools, but, in our communities, in our homes, everywhere. And this is the topic of bullying. Now, we are joined by Natty Group of Schools from the Borrowdale branch. And I'm sitting here with Mr. Charles Mchikabawili. Good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And I'm sitting with such a beautiful, beautiful young lady, Daisy Ruvarashe Muradzi. Good morning, young lady.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Did you have to wake up super early?
Yeah.
But you must be used to it because of school.
Yeah.
That's good. So now we're discussing the issue of bullying. Charles, let's get straight into this issue. Number one, why this, I know you've made a movie about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you zero in on it and make it such a big thing? I mean, we could have little seminars and talk about it, but now it's a movie.
Yes.
How did you get to that?
Okay, so bullying is a big issue in schools. And sometimes people don't see it, but it manifests itself in various forms. So you have physical bullying, you have cyberbullying, things like name calling. And sometimes people just sweep these things under the carpet. But you often get to hear about cases of, students contemplating to commit suicide and serious fights and also even some going to drugs to drown their trauma, their stories. So bullying is a big issue.
Yeah. So how do you identify, I mean, as a teacher, how do you identify that, hey, you know what, this kid is being bullied if that child is not coming forward to say so?
Okay, so sometimes students, they draw back, they hide themselves in their own, cocoons, and they don't, you can see that they are not, coming out. And it's always very prudent for a teacher to then say, okay, I need to talk to this child, to reach out so that they can open up and get to talk.
Okay, you spoke about 3 forms of bullying. You spoke about cyberbullying, emotional bullying, and physical bullying. Yeah. In terms of cyberbullying, I know our children these days, we just give them gadgets and they just walk about with everything.
Yes.
Maybe I can direct this question to you, Daisy. Cyberbullying, what is, in your understanding, what does that mean to you?
When, okay, with this day and age, a lot of children are now on social media with, what you said, now you just buy them gadgets. So on social media, when sometimes you're persuaded into posting because you see other people's posts. So when you post and people just show a negative effect on what you've posted about, it affects you mentally because at first you have the courage to post and to be like others and to put yourself out there through social media, which everyone is on nowadays. And people just don't like you for it. And they use comment sections to just bully, saying things like, you're ugly, nobody likes your videos.
Boo-hoo or something. So have you experienced something like that, Daisy?
No.
You haven't?
I haven't.
That's good. But you are acting in this movie. What is your role in the movie?
I'm Tanatwa, Mandla's friend, the main character's friend. Yeah.
And obviously, Mandla, the story is about a boy who's bullied at school. And you, as Tanaka, do you help him or you are also a bully to him?
No, not at all. I'm kind of trying to tell him to put his feelings out there and report the bullying before it gets out of hand, which it did.
Okay, that's very good. And I love that kind of side where you show a friend actually making the other friend speak up, because you find in a lot of situations they don't have anybody, they keep it to themselves. But it's good that is it Tanatswa actually sees that Mantla's in this. So tell us, this screen play that you've written, what is the storyline?
Okay, so it's called Checkmate. So when you're playing a game of chess, you know that when it gets to checkmate, it's like the end. So we're also trying to say we need to put an end to bullying. So basically, this is a story about Mandla. He's being bullied. He has lost his parents, actually. They drowned in a boat which capsized in Kariba. And then it becomes the center of bullying because now the bullies are coming to say, you lost your parents, you're an orphan, you know, it has to do with demons from your family side, and all these, they are hailing all these insults at him. So he decides, so the friend is telling him, you need to report this bullying. But then he decides to take matters into his own hands.
Oh, right.
And then at some point, he then beats the bully.
Oh.
And then the bully is hospitalized.
You know,
So
just when you
he's
said
in
that
trouble.
beats the bully, I was like, yes, he stood up for himself.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, I remember a situation when my son was bullied
Yeah.
when he was very young.
Yeah.
And, you know, I stormed to the school. I mean, I was
Yeah.
like, Mama Bear is
Furious.
here.
Yeah.
You know, so what advice as parents do we give our children? Because, I mean, my first inkling was to say, you better beat him up
Yeah,
too.
beat him
Do you know,
back.
beat him back.
Yeah.
And then you can call me and then we can sort it
Yeah,
out. Because,
yeah.
I mean, bullying is not on and it should not be. So what advice do you give to parents in a situation like that?
I think we are tempted to say beat back and put your 2 feet
Yes,
down,
yeah.
you know, and push back. But the right thing is to say, okay, you need to report to the authorities, because what the school system is like, it typifies your natural world. So even if you get people bullying you out there, if you take matters into your own hands, you'll be arrested.
Exactly.
So use the authorities, use the formal channels, report so that they know how to deal with the situation. So as a parent, teach your children that you can put an end to bullying if you report to the authorities.
That's very good. Daisy,
Yeah.
what have you learned from this movie?
I've learned that it's not a good thing to take matters into your own hands, because I'm actually shocked that in the film Manza wasn't taken to the juvenile detention center, because what he did was crazy.
Yeah.
But some advice I give is just to report the bullying before it gets out of
Maybe let
hand.
me ask you, Daisy, to look into that camera and tell anybody who's being bullied, a young person, what they should do.
Okay, if you're being bullied, definitely do not take matters into your own hands. Report to any higher authorities. Like, if someone comes to you and says something bad and you're emotionally hurt, just go and report to a teacher. It's not the right thing to try and say worse things and continue trying to hurt their feelings, because then you also appear as the bully. So now you're both bullies in this situation and you're no longer a victim. So the right thing to do...
Konapo, ipapo, pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.